New explosive LR Cell Max coming for part 2 of this transcendent Dokkan campaign. How's it, everybody? Kiltic here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. We have the details for the upcoming part 2 Carnival LR AGL Cell Max. And in this video, we're going to break down those full details, go over their animations, go over their kit, and let you know everything you need to know about this kit before he drops on the 14th for part 2. So let's go ahead and let's jump on in. Let's start with his animation. So he actually has some pretty decent animation. So we'll give you a minute. We'll actually pause here. Adjust your headphones. Do whatever you need to do. And let's take a look at these animations. So we'll turn up the volume just a little bit here. And let's give her a look.
Cell Max has been activated!
Okay, so that was the entrance animation. Okay, I guess this is the active skill now. Oh, okay, so he's got a domain. Alrighty, so honestly, not that bad looking on that, on his animations there. Honestly, the 18 key kind of looks all right. It's very basic. I mean, there wasn't much to work with Cell Max, so I guess that's all right. I do like the entrance animation, though. Although I think I would have preferred if it was Magenta opening the Cell Max pod instead. But you know what? It is what it is. It still works. So let's go ahead and let's start. And let's take a look at that kit here. So, that's his domain. So he is a movie bosses category key 4, HP attack defense 220%. Pretty much what we expected for this part 2 Carnival, right? He is 220%. Now there were a lot of ways they could have gone with this leader skill, right? Especially like given how they treated full power Broly, or not full power Broly, but rather Wrathful Broly last year, getting only exploding rages as their skill. I'm glad this year they decided to go with movie bosses. Great choice for a leader skill here. Very all-encompassing considering where the villain teams are at currently. Now, he does have that entrance animations, which you guys saw, that he gets a once only permanent attack and defense 999%. Now, it is like the Golden Frieza, where every turn he's going to lose 111% of that, but still very good. It's basically like, you know, you've got a really strong character, just kind of the way Golden Frieza used to work. So really strong character, and every 2 turns passed, he loses 111%. Now, the nice thing is, unlike Golden Frieza, who had lost his attack and defense every turn, it's every 2 turns. So it's only when he's on appearance, not when he's off. This is really nice. And he caps out at a loss of 444%. So he's not going to lose everything that he's gained from this entrance animation. So that's nice. Basic effects include additional key 1 per key sphere obtained, guard all attacks, and for 1 turn from his entry turn, an additional key 8, damage reduction 70%, attack 100% when attacking, and defense 100% when receiving an attack. Now, that is only on his first turn, so he's over 1,000% attack and defense. Beginning from his second turn, from his entry turn, he has key 3 and attack 40% when HP is 20% or more, Key 3 and attack 40% when HP is 50% or more. Key 2 and attack 20% when HP is 80% or more. And those are additive, right? So they will stack. Now, when receiving an attack, he gets 50% defense and damage reduction rate 40% if HP is 20% or more, and an additional 30% and damage reduction rate 20% if 50% or more, plus an additional 20% and damage reduction rate 10% if 80% or more. So again, these do stack up, right? So if you're at full HP, you'll be receiving every single one of these bonuses, and that is important, right? So he is a very much like the SDR Nappa, all right? His capabilities are limited by your HP. When activating the active skill, or when receiving 20 or more key, or when receiving an attack, when attacking with 20 or more key, he performs a critical hit and launches an additional super attack. All right, so very nice, very helpful. Getting those extra supers guaranteed in there. And of course, right, given how a lot of the units have been lately, it is nice to have a unit with guaranteed crit. That means you can invest his hidden potential in other places. Active skill activates that domain, and it can be activated when all allies are movie bosses, or starting from the 5th turn from the start battle. Obviously, if you're running his lead, this is an easy activation. You can activate it turn 1. I do like having that ability. This means he won't clash with the LR Turles' domain, which more than likely would be on his team, although it's not supporting him. You still have access to it to support the terrifying Conqueror Space Traveling Warriors allies that are going to be on this movie boss's team. When activated, obviously it is an active skill attack before it activates the domain, much like the Int Broly. Massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to the enemy, and creates the new Red Ruined Army's base, ruined for 2 turns. So it's a very short domain, and you'll understand why here in a second. But let's go over his attacks real quick. So looking at his attacks, right, he greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn while causing colossal damage, sealing enemy super attack, and a 70% chance to stun on his 12 key. On his 18 key, he is massively raising attack for 4 turns, causing colossal damage. Now, he's not going to be super crazy offensively, right? He's going to be really good on those first couple of turns, but obviously that's going to wane off as those turns die down and his offense and defense drops every 2 turns. So he is definitely going to be designed for shorter fights. So with that said, right, once he comes in, he's going to come in swinging with this domain that increases movie bosses allies attack by 60%. As an incredibly powerful domain, as domains stack up after all other effects are applied. So this is really powerful. I mean, this is the equivalent of using, right, 2 Bulma items on your character. This is a huge boost, and honestly, I could see why they kind of held back on the rest of his kit, considering what this is doing. So with that said, all in all, he looks like a stellar unit, designed to be really hard-hitting early on. It's going to be a short content monster while providing insane support for other members of this movie boss's teams, things like the LR Coolers, the upcoming Easy A's, even Tech Metal Cooler to a degree, right? If you can get him built up within the time that this gets activated, you're going to see some pretty good offensive numbers out of him with this up. So with that said, let's actually kind of just get a better idea. Let's take a look at the calcs here. So shout out to Ori here for these numbers. So Rainbow, no equips, 50% support, right? So mind you, yours could be higher depending on equips, depending on who's running support for your team, if there's any multi-turn support or other things active. So turn 1, start of turn defense, 1 million defense, and mind you, that's with guard and that 70% damage reduction rate when receiving an attack, right? So the moment you receive that first hit, it's going to jump up to 2.1 million with, of course, that guard and damage reduction. All right. Post super, he's going to gain up to 3.4 million when receiving an attack. Beyond turn 3, you're going to be with 100% HP, a little bit lower. We're down to 1.9 when receiving an attack before supering, start of turn, and then 3 million post super. Turn 5 with another 111% loss. We're down to 2.7 post super, and turn 5 with a reduction in HP, right? So imagine you've taken a hit by this point and another 111 loss. We are down to 2.4. Obviously, this could be higher if you're at full HP. More different equips, such as defensive equips or varying levels of support. So still not bad when you consider the amount of damage reduction he's going to have combined with his guard. It's still pretty good, but obviously you're going to want to finish before you continue to drop in his offense and defense. But otherwise, looking really good. I'm pretty proud of how they decided to handle this character. He's very different than his original, and I almost wonder, with the amount of support that's flowing through this team, if you could get away with running the STR to give his team a target skill, a near invincible one, as his power starts to wane. Possibly would have to test that out, but it still looks pretty good altogether nonetheless. Other than that, we do have obviously upcoming content, right? New Seriously Serious battles, the second stage of the climax battle. Again, this will be versus a superclass boss. I'm assuming Beast Gohan or Orange Piccolo, and it will have a you'll only be allowed to use extreme characters to take it on. And then, of course, we get the return of the Stay Strong superheroes of tomorrow. This is the event where you grind out the mineral water, and last time it came, we were able to get up to 40 stones from it. Who knows if we'll get more? Of course, last time this came back was an anniversary, so we'll see what they decide to do. But, you know, it'll be free stones regardless. Can't really complain about that. So with that in mind, guys, that is it for our video. Cell Max looking pretty amazing here. Very, very happy with the way they handled him. And guys, that's it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of the new LR Cell Max? Is he good enough? Did he hit the mark? Or is he a big miss for you guys? I do want to note that he is not on Tech Metal Cooler's setup here, so his variation of movie bosses is going to look quite different. No double Metal Cooler shenanigans, but I think it's still going to be very strong regardless. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching, and aloha.